And there's always something that you can do. Like, you can always do something. You can always have a choice, even if it's a choice between two options that you don't really like. Or you can work hard and give yourself more options. So yeah, when you work hard, good things do happen. Morning mate, how are you? Thank you. Welcome to San Diego. This is awesome. Good morning world. The morning walk, episode 52. And something a little bit different today, coming to you from Los Angeles International Airport, where I've just flown in from Sydney on the overnight flight, and heading down to San Diego for a conference, which is pretty cool. Now, Los Angeles LAX changed a lot. Its first year back in 2000, I think, maybe 2002, and it was just like the most ridiculously difficult airport to get around. But nowadays, a lot has changed. Like, they've done a lot of work to try and streamline, the ease of getting through security and getting between terminals and the like. And I tell you what, compared to Sydney, the traffic, there's no comparison. Sydney Airport is an absolute zoo, whereas LAX, which handles a lot more passengers, is like easy. It was a stunning morning this morning, clear skies, about 6 degrees, which is cold. That makes it about 45 Fahrenheit, I think. It was crystal clear, sun coming up. One of those kind of magical moments where, what you perceive a city to be like. I don't know, I perceive LAX to be congested and overcrowded, and then suddenly you're standing on top of the roof of a parking garage looking out at like this beautiful view. It seems so calm. It just shows you that like our preconceptions can really be wrong, and that everywhere you go there can be beautiful, peaceful moments. And this is something that's very different in the US compared to Australia. Basically, when you get to the boarding gate, a lot of people fly standby in the US, which means you don't have a guaranteed seat on any given flight. I'm not quite sure how it works, but definitely every major airport you go to have these boards where it actually shows you how many seats are left available on the plane, how many people are waiting, how many upgrades are available. And I think that's actually my name on the upgrade board. Mal/R, it's a good chance that's me. I didn't request anything, but I do have status with Virgin Australia. I'm platinum free to fly with them, so maybe that's got me lined up for some sort of upgrade today. Fingers crossed. Been a few hours. Actually crashed out to sleep. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon. But that does make it morning time in Sydney, Australia. Hence, I'm allowed to keep vlogging here and still call it the morning walk. So, first stop in San Diego is Copa Vida, which is my favourite coffee place. Let's go check it out. This is one thing's for sure and certain when you're off the long haul from Sydney going anywhere, this is a nice way to get acclimatised to any environment. Morning coffee at 3 p.m. I love it. Stunning afternoon in San Diego, and this part of the world is pretty incredible. 330 days of sunshine a year, so I guess you're lucky if you see the rain here. I was kind of wondering what the topic of today's vlog might be. I just found it on the bottom of that statue right there of a baseballer sitting here looking out over the local baseball stadium. And that's that when you work hard, good things will happen. And I'm kind of reflecting on that, I think it's super true. There are very few things that can't be fixed with hard work. Whether it's like your career, working hard to try and find a different direction, whether it's your relationships, relationships take work, a lot of work. Whether it's like earning more money or building a business or planning an epic trip, all of that stuff requires work. And I think so often we turn ourselves into victims by thinking that we don't have influence over the stuff that goes on around us. And certainly there are influences and events that take place, but you always have a choice about how to react to them. And there's always something that you can do. Like, you can always do something. You can always have a choice, even if it's a choice between two options that you don't really like. Or you can work hard and give yourself more options. So yeah, when you work hard, good things do happen. I think I also want to talk a little bit about work travel, right? So if you haven't been traveling for work before, this might look all very glorious. I must admit it's not bad. Being in a pretty spectacular place somewhere in the world and getting to go to a conference where essentially going to be learning just heaps and meeting a lot of people over the next couple of days. And it's an interesting thing, work travel, because you really have to balance that personal outcome. So the fact that I get to discover a place like San Diego and I'm going to get to learn a whole heap of stuff at this conference, balance that with the fact that it's our businesses, my businesses, that have invested the money for me to be here. So I absolutely need to make sure that I'm generating a return for those organizations. And that means that you got to work hard when you're on a work trip. And I think people have got very different attitudes to this, but to me, I'm here 100% because the business sent me. The trade-off is that I get to meet new people and learn stuff, and even get to discover a new city. But first and foremost, it's the organisation has invested that money, and the organisation needs to see a return on that investment. Otherwise, why would it continue to invest? So, when you do these kind of work trips, invariably you end up spending quite a lot of your own time, outside work time, doing kind of work-related things. Either you're sitting on a plane, or you're going to lectures and activities or networking sessions, or even things like dinner and drinks with colleagues. Yes, there's a personal outcome in that, but some nights you just want to go back to your hotel room because you're jet lagged and have a good sleep. And you can't, because you have to be thinking about that ROI for your organisation. So, I think it's one of those elements of work that people don't think enough about. And certainly when I started to travel for work, I didn't get any training on it, no real explanation. I ended up going off on a trip to Europe, visiting partner universities, which was an amazing experience, but actually nobody took the time in the lead up to that trip to really explain what work travel was all about and what was expected of me and what the outcomes were. And I guess in retrospect, I had a really good time. I learned a lot, but in terms of actually generating an outcome for my organisation, I don't think I really did a very good job. So if you do have the privilege of travelling for work hard. And remember that you've got to strike that balance between the personal outcome for you, which is sometimes pretty obvious, hello San Diego, and the outcome for your organisation. Because when you work hard, good things can happen. Anyway, whatever you're getting up to today, I hope it's as good as San Diego in the wintertime. And I'll see you next time on the morning walk. Thanks for joining me.